The Pittsburgh Steelers just got some great news as Mike Tomlin has come out and dropped some huge updates surrounding their matchup on Monday against the Steelers. Not only just the injuries, but some big news surrounding the Houston Texans ahead of their matchup that has huge implications going forward. We're going to break that down as well as a ton of other things on this episode, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into it all, and you're going to want to stay till the very end of this video, a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Folks, a ton of updates to go over today. Mike Tomlin had his press conference. He revealed some injury updates. He revealed some great news. And as we approach the game on Monday, it's going to be a crazy, crazy week, but let's dive into what we're going to be talking about today because there's a lot of injury updates. And let's start with what Mike Tomlin said about the injury. So on the injury front, Mike Tomlin says that he had some bumps and bruises associated with play, but they have no new injuries this week. All of the guys who returned last week are good to go into this week and didn't aggravate anything. Folks, this is huge news because as you look at who's healthy, as you look at how we match up against the Texans, which Mike Tomlin dropped some very interesting tidbits, which we're going to break down in this video, all of this stuff matters a lot. And for them to not have any re-aggravated injuries is beyond huge. And we have a couple tidbits that are very unique that we're going to dive into in just a second. But before we get into it, I do want to let you guys know that this video is brought to you by Gosse. And if you download it using the link below and enter code DIGESTNFL, you'll get $20 when you trade your first 100. Yes, code DIGESTNFL. And Gosse is the largest prediction market in the United States. And on their platform, you can trade yes or no on real-life events, sports, elections, news, really anything. And whether you're in California, Texas, or anywhere else across the country, Gosse is live in all 50 states. And for us sports fans, you can trade on game outcomes, playoff chances, or player performances, all on a regulated market where you can cash out at any time. And as you can see here, you can trade yes or no on the upcoming game against, of course, the Texans. And me personally, I'm going to be trading yes. Steelers, I have them all the way. And it's genuinely a smarter way to use your sports or news knowledge, folks. And you can close positions whenever you want. So make sure to download Gosse with the link in the description. And don't forget to use code DIGESTNFL. And yes, DIGESTNFL to get your $20 bonus. Thank you once again to Gosse for sponsoring this video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right back into the news here. So, of course, I mentioned the injuries, and you can see here, and this is the most notable part about it all. Steelers are a very healthy team entering the playoffs, which is a critical component to postseason success. And as you look ahead to the game Monday, the most important thing to postseason success, like everyone talks about, is health. In football, in the NFL, if you're not healthy heading into the playoffs, which most teams aren't fully healthy, and of course the Steelers are, you can see there with TJ Watt, Isaac Seumalo, James Pierre, Brandon Eccles, all those guys being fully healthy, you're entering with a leg up. And for Mike Tomlin to come out and say this, that no one is even dealing with a little bit of a setback. TJ Watt looked a little bit hurt at some points in the game a couple nights ago against the Ravens. He's good to go. You have James Pierre. He's good to go. You can run your full lineup, your 100% healthy team. And that just opens up a ton of options about, for the Steelers. And Mike Tomlin also gave a ton of other insight here. So let's dive into that a little bit as well. And he says that the arrow was, quote, pointed up for Keanu Benton, who he has seen whoop blocks much better as the season has gone along. And Tomlin adds that Benton's play in the run game has improved as the season has gone along. And we saw that on Sunday against the Ravens. There were multiple points where, they were running it down the gut at the start of the game with Derrick Henry. Terrell Austin made an adjustment. Mike Tomlin made an adjustment. They stopped the run game to a degree, even though it opened up a ton of, passing yards just because of the miscommunication, getting Patrick Queen stuck on Zay Flowers. All that aside, Keanu Benton cannot go underrated here. He has been really good. And of course, as we enter now a playoff drought and the playoff drought that Mike Tomlin has been dealing with, he spoke about it, and it's a little bit surprising, but he did come out and say, and when asked about, the playoff drought, he said that he will not unpack his bags on the collective's bed. When asked about the playoff drought and what a win would mean to the organization, Tomlin points to the drought as his streak rather than projecting it on all the players. And as always, love or hate Mike Tomlin, he is a professional, and it is really on the players and him. Tomlin's been the one who's been spearheading the streak for a while, but there's no real excuse now. The Texans have won 9 in a row to end the season. Of course, DeMeco Ryans, he's led that team really well. Shout out to him. They have the best defense in the NFL, the Texans. And how will Aaron Rodgers adjust to that? How will he adjust to the pressure? Most importantly, how will the O-line adjust to the pressure? How will everybody step up? Because they were asked about how the Ravens were able to step up and get explosive plays over the top of the Steelers defense, which happened twice. Once with, of course, Patrick Queen on Zay Flowers, which is never a great idea. And then other times, of course, with, just multiple times. He was asked how they were able to, and he said, to put it succinctly, Lamar Jackson. And Tomlin says the schematics they ran to slow Jackson down, put some of their players in tough spots, and Jackson just hurt them. And that is the case. And I don't want to make it, and I think it is getting a little bit overblown, those two big plays. Obviously, horrible breakdowns, whatever. At least one of them should have been a sack. And Alex Highsmith missed the tackle. He's one of the best tacklers on the team, whether you like him or not. He is, whether you like it or not, right? So Alex Highsmith missing that tackle is very rare, and they got exactly what they wanted, and that probably would have sealed the game. Of course, they missed the tackle, and ultimately now it didn't matter because, Tyler Lute missed the kick, so shout out to him for missing the kick, but also, it's going to be, you can't rely on missed kicks to win games, and that's what happened there. Of course, Chris Boswell's kick also got, in theory, missed, though reports are coming out that it got tipped, but it's going to be interesting. And again, like I covered earlier yesterday, Pat Farmer said they were extra motivated to win for his job security. The players love Mike Tomlin, and if there's a chance now to really bring this team together, bring the unit together, it's going to be on Monday night. They have to go out, they have to step up, they have to play good football, and their second half defense was great. Was it as good as the Texans? Absolutely not. The Texans defense is going to come to play. They are going to try to get to Aaron Rodgers. They're going to test that O-line. Will Isaac Seumalo, Dylan Cook, all these guys step up? That's the big question mark because this team hasn't won a playoff game in what feels like a decade, almost a decade, and they have to go ahead and do it. And they also spoke out with DK Metcalf back now, how it opens up a ton of things. And he says, without DK Metcalf around, the Steelers have learned a lot about their personnel, pointed to how great Kenny Gainwell and Jaylen Warren have been in space. Now with Metcalf back, the Steelers hope that cracks open an even better offense. And that's the best part about this. They can still use Kenny Gainwell. They can still use, of course, some of their wide receivers. I mean, Calvin Austin had the best game of his career because of that touchdown that ultimately won them the game, essentially. You can use a lot of different guys. Use MVS, but use him sparingly because he has some value, right? Adam Thielen, reliable hands. Use Pat Freiermuth. Use Jonnu Smith. Darnell Washington is going to be out for a very long time. And you're going up against a Texans defense, where Mike Tomlin said they just got a kick butt unit. They've got a top flight edge rusher duo. They've got a top flight cornerback unit. They're not trying to split the atom schematically. You don't have to when you have guys like that. And it's true. You have to be able to take care of business if you are the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have to neutralize their defense. And the Steelers defense themselves have to play like they have most of the second half, and that is really, really good ever since overhauling that secondary. But folks, let me know down below what your thoughts are. Things are going to get crazy, and they're going to get crazy quickly, and I'm going to keep you up to date every step of the way. But at the end of the day, great news in Steelers land. Everybody's healthy, no setbacks, good to go. And now all eyes are on the defense heading into the game on Monday.